Hello traders, this is Day Trader Matt with businesswithtrading.com doing an E-mini trading room recap for the 17th of September, Wednesday. And today was a very interesting day. We had one trade today, and you see our maximum profit potential actually equals our actual results. That's kind of rare that that actually happens, but I found it very interesting. For those of you who aren't that familiar with my videos, maximum profit potential basically gives me a way to gauge how I'm doing. Basically, it's it's something that I always calculate after I'm done trading, and it just shows how I did. Maximum profit potential takes my entries inside the trading room and goes on until wherever they end up at. Actual results, that's where we entered and then exited in the trading room. So it's very interesting that that actually is the same exact number. Let's get on to what we did on the day. The market gapped up a little bit, chopped around a little bit, moved higher. As it did come down here, we did get long down here. And we were wanting to get long a little lower, but we ended up moving that up a little bit and getting long here. We were looking at getting long over here, but again, looking at getting long lower. So missed that trade. This one we had to move up our entry. The market gave us plenty of time to do that. And then it moved up, and we actually got out right here. That's why the maximum profit, blah, 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 blah. If I could speak, that's why the maximum profit potential is the exact same as the actual results, because we got out right there. And then the market rolled over. Rarely does that happen. I don't remember the last time these two numbers actually equaled each other. I don't know. After that happened, we were looking at entering again, and we just didn't really see anything. The market did move lower here, moved lower again here, and then after we closed the room, it moved lower again. So very interesting there. Another thing that actually I found very interesting is I was talking about some levels before we actually closed the room. Every trading room day, at the end of the day, as we're closing the room, I always do a market analysis. I always talk about what I'm looking at for the rest of the day, and sometimes I can go out to a week or a month, and if nothing else, at least it'll be that day. Well, what I was talking about, and I want to roll this over just because it's actually very interesting. I was talking about this area and this area right here, and the market came down, hit it, and then ran right up to the target. And I found that very interesting. I did not trade that because I usually don't trade in the afternoons. I use it to do other things, but I did find it very, very interesting. Sometimes I'll trade FOMC just because it is a volatile time, and a lot of times you can make money. I used to really love the Singapore dollar, and I would trade that on FOMC days. It's just my favorite. I love the Singapore economy, and that might be odd to some people, but that's what I used to like to do. And then I would trade the ES as well sometimes, but usually for the most part I'm not trading in the afternoons. I wanted to point that out though, and also we only took one trade today. Some days like that, less is definitely more, and I talk about that quite a bit. You don't want to take too many trades. Yeah, we were looking at getting long down here, but I don't want to compromise and get long higher. You want to stick to your guns. So, we missed a trade. We ended up getting in a trade that we thought was going to do better, which was this trade here. It actually started looking pretty ugly. That's why we got out. Interestingly enough, we actually called the top. Not really, because we didn't go short here. So, and I think that's funny. A lot of people say, well, I got out at the top, I called the top. Well, you didn't short it, so you really didn't. So that's why I threw that in there. A lot of my friends are talking about different analysts said this, analysts said that, and I always remind them the reason they're analysts is because they don't trade. They're not good. But anyway, that's a totally different subject. I don't need to get started on that. I just wanted to point out what we did on the day. Talk about when the market's not doing anything, it's not setting up in anything. As far as your trading plan, you don't see any trade setups. It's better just to sit out. And a lot of things that I do sometimes is I'll text a friend, or pull up tablets, or pull up some music that I want to play. I'm a big guitar guy. I like to play guitar, so maybe I can search for a song that I can learn after trading's over, or talk to a friend via text message. Maybe go to the beach after I'm done trading or something like that. But it's always good to fill your time with something else rather than just watching the market. If nothing's setting up, then there's really no reason to watch it that intently, because maybe you'll want to put on a trade. The market's boring. I don't see anything. Let me get in. Let me get long right here. The market dips down. You're like, well, why did I get long there? And then it comes in. It's just going sideways. It pops up. Oh, maybe it's going long. No, it doesn't. It comes back down. It's better to not be in the market when you don't have setups, and that's much easier said than done. I know people that want to be in the market 24 hours. I used to be like that when I first started trading, and it's a difficult habit to get out of. That's one thing. When you first get in the market, you don't want to learn bad habits. The best thing is, to work with someone to learn good habits. Because once you learn bad habits, unlearning those habits, depending on how many habits you actually learn, can be quite a task. So, anyway, hopefully that resonated with some of you guys. You can always leave comments below if you have any. You can also email me directly, support@abusinesswithtrading.com. Remember, no such thing as a dumb question. Only the question that's not asked. That's how we learn, is asking questions. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.